welcome. Hey guys, hope you guys had an amazing weekend. Trooper Steve on patrol here on this beautiful July 3rd at 8:30 in the morning here in the pinpoint center of downtown Orlando. I'm currently right now at, where are we at? Rosslyn and Washington. So right in front of the amphitheater in downtown Orlando, of course, and where all of the magic will be happening tomorrow. Hey guys. Well, let me shut the audio kickback off on my laptop. I thought I was super smooth today, and then I have the audio kick on here. Hold on. So I just wanted to make sure it was working. Anyways. A lot of events taking place over the next few days throughout Central Florida. Friday's focus was Red Hot and Boom, takes place tonight. My focus today is for the event tomorrow. So you see how we're going kind of a little bit of a process here as the events take place. But the big event here in downtown Orlando is the City of Orlando's firework at the fountain, in partnership with News 6. It's the two big events we do. Of course, you know we do the Christmas tree lighting every year, and then the fireworks at the fountain. And this is a huge event. So we're going to take a little stroll around downtown, around the lake a few times. I'll get out, show some things. There's porta potties everywhere, so you don't have to worry about that. One of the biggest things that, where am I going to use the restroom? There's only this public one. Well, we'll take a little drive around, check some things out on our commute today. So we're in downtown, like I said. We're on Rosslyn. Headed northbound, just past the amphitheater. We'll take a right here on Robinson. Do expect, guys, some heavy pedestrian traffic while you're out here, obviously. And, of course, make sure you're watching out for everybody. Whether it's residential pedestrians or visitors coming to our area, we're going to have a lot of extra people. You got to think about it. It's not just downtown folks that come out to this stuff. We have people from all over Central Florida that come out and visit, from Kissimmee to Claremont, from the beaches. They come here to Lake Eola because it's a great reason to visit and get some amazing entertainment. So July 4th, obviously tomorrow, from 7 o'clock, the sign says it right there on the right. What's it say? 7 a.m. till midnight, Robinson will be closed. Meaning this stretch of highway here tomorrow, this stretch of roadway, definitely not a highway, will be closed. So that's something to keep in mind when you come out here tomorrow, that most of the roads circulating the lake will be closed. So what do I mean by most of the roads? Washington here. Then, of course, we have Eola Drive, which we're going to right now. So Eola Drive here by the Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company. You have porta potties all along surrounding the lake here. I've counted at least 20 so far. So you'll have plenty of areas to relax. There'll be a lot of pedestrian stanchions up. What do I mean by that? The cross gates that prevent people from going in certain places. So you got to make sure that you're aware of all of that while you're out tomorrow. Of course, we will be out here by the Lake Eola house tomorrow. So it does look like they've opened up that section of Central and Eola that had been closed. So it looks like they've gone and replaced the brick pavers out in that way. That area was closed for a couple of weeks driving through here. Had some issues, but now we're on Central and Eola headed west. So I'm approaching World of Beer, and usually where the farmer's market is off to the right hand side. Just to give you a little bit of reference of where we're driving. So when you're out here tomorrow few things, just like we had yesterday. When you're hitting, have a plan, right? So where are you going to park, and then have an alternate. You do not need to get right up on the venue in order to get to the venue. Good sneakers tomorrow. Preparation is key. Hydration, hydration, hydration. It is Africa hot outside. So when you're out and about, you got to make sure you're hydrated, because when you're feeling thirsty, it's too late. All this talking has got me thirsty. So we're coming up here on Lake Avenue and Central Boulevard, one of the main front areas of Eola. Great viewing spot. You don't need to be right up on the amphitheater in order for this to be a hot item and get that hot seat. Technically, it's going to be hot everywhere, right? So you'll be good to go. This area will be packed, packed, packed. So get here early if you're going to be here. Remember, events start at 4. We'll be out here starting 2, 3 o'clock. Road closures start in the morning. Again, the biggest thing I can't harp on enough is the amount of pedestrian traffic that we will have. So you've got to be prepared for that. So we're gonna get up on the amphitheater, see what's going on, show you guys where we'll be at, all that fun jazz. All right, let's make sure everything's up and running, and we'll hop on out. So when you get down here, first, like, same stuff that we talked about on Friday is great advice that you should be using at any location. Siri or Alexa or whatever, I wasn't talking to you. Having a plan, so coming out already hydrated because it's going to be so hot. And, of course, taking that family photo as a group before you hit the road. Even as friends, take a group photo in case someone gets lost. It is so easy just to be like, look, this is what he or she is wearing today. And it's a current photo, and you don't get all the stress of, hey, let me take a photo in case you go missing or something like that, because obviously adds a little bit to it. Rally point, drop a pin where you parked your car. Drop a pin of where you should meet in case you get lost. And what do I mean by that? Share that. So, hey, look, we're going to get, we got separated from each other, but if we get separated, this is where we're actually going to meet up. That is a great way of just making sure you're eliminating the stresses before it happens. Because just like in my world, before I get into a situation that seems a little dicey, I plan for every possible bad outcome. It's just the world we live in, and you've got to be able to kind of still enjoy yourself, but be prepared at the exact same time. And that's what it's all about. At least I believe so. So, rally point, pictures, staying hydrated, making sure you're ready for whatever situation comes about, letting people know where you're going to be. Send that picture to a few friends. You like that? A few friends that may not be going with you. Just so, hey, I have a good support team that knows what the heck is going on. And then in return, everyone's happy, right? So, I shut it off. And then, of course, taking that pause. When we get out here, we'll talk about the pause that I spoke about last week. And just in order to make sure that when a weird kind of stressful situation happens, you take the intentional pause. And we'll talk about that in just the next few minutes here. I'm trying to make sure I'm on the right channel, do what my engineer Tyler taught me to do. That guy is a genius. I would not be Results 1 would not be functioning if it wasn't for that man. That guy is a genius, and I'm going to convince him one day to do a ride-along with all of us here, because the guy deserves some credit for all the amazing stuff he did in this truck. So, if you're getting ready to head out here today, we will be out on the far side, and then I'm going to show you here in just a second where the entire crew will be located at. So we're going to hop on out, make sure all my cords are connected and that we're functioning here. I feel like the T-1000 because I feel like RoboCop up in here. Get out, we're good to go, make sure everything's functioning. So if you're just joining us, we're at Lake Eola in downtown Orlando. Obviously, fireworks at the fountain happens tomorrow. It's a long 4th of July weekend for a lot of folks because it's 4th of July is on a Tuesday, so technically a lot of people have today off. So 2 major events. Today's event up in Altamont, of course, Red Hot and Boom. We spoke about that on Friday. And then the event tomorrow, the biggest fireworks event in Central Florida happening in the downtown Orlando area. And I could not be more excited because me and Crystal Moyer get to hang out all day long, and we'll be here at the lake. So we have an amazing event with a scavenger hunt, so you got to make sure you come find us. But let's get out of the car, talk some safety, and go from there. So a little back and forth. That looks like a real body camera, yo. So I'm gonna take my phone just in case we get lost here. Turn this mic on. I'm gonna hop out, so give me 1 second. So we're here in downtown Orlando, like I said. Check a few things out. I want to make sure. So this is how Results 1 works here. It's got this awesome receiver. We're going to put it up here. We're going to go for a little stroll inside Results 1 there. I got to grab my shades because it is bright. So we're in downtown Orlando at Lake Eola. Like I said, this is where the largest event will be taking place in the Central Florida area. It is fireworks at the fountain, and the entire News 6 crew is going to be out here. What happens is we come out, we sponsor with the city, and in return, we show you what's going on. So why are we out here on patrol today? The on patrol is taking place here because we want to talk about the safety that you should be taking precautions before you get out here. So earlier I spoke about the intentional pause that you should take when something crazy or maybe uncommon occurs, whether it's an animal when you walk out to take the trash out. I've been spooked by some possums before, or a stressful situation where you're out in a large group. Like last year, I'll address the elephant in a room, and some people came here with bad intentions to scare a group of people, and in return, a large crowd took off running, causing a lot of people to get scared and some false things to be reported. So if that was to happen here, Lake Eola, right? I'm here with my family. Let's put yourself here. You're here in downtown. You're coming out, you're hanging out with us. you came by the News 6 tent, and now you're getting ready for fireworks at the fountain, and something just doesn't feel right. Well, the biggest thing I could say is if it doesn't feel right, it probably isn't, and you should report it to your closest authorities. OPD, Orlando Police Department, the Sheriff's Office, multiple agencies will be out here. If something does not feel right, it is not right. We have this sixth sense, report it. No one's going to give you a hard time for reporting something that maybe is something and could ultimately prevent something bigger from happening. Also, herd mentality. Don't be the person that gets sucked into something right away. I know you have an obligation to protect you and everyone else around you, but if it's not something, you don't need to make it into something. So once that crowd starts taking, if something happens where you have to react, take one moment. And I'm not saying this is something I practice what I preach here. Take a single conscious moment and kind of realize, all right, something's occurring. I'm not going to panic. I have two obligations: the obligations of the people around me and the obligation of leaving the area. So if everyone's running a certain way, analyze where are they going and where are they running from. Remember, it could be nothing. You don't want to overreact to something. And then, of course, have that plan. Once you've settled down here at Lake Eola and you're saying, okay, this is where we're going to set up shop, we're going to hang out, we're going to watch the fireworks from here, then, of course, figure out your talking point. You're good, man, don't worry about it. Just live streaming, you're all right. And have your points of where you're going to go. So I'm here in front of the band shell, right here in front of downtown, in front of Lake Eola. Say if this is where I got early enough to set up shop right here, and this is where I'm going to watch the fireworks in the sky, and something was happening, and I set up a rally point maybe by the library, away from the lake, away from the area, that's where we would meet. There is no point in scattering towards maybe the PNC Bank or the Fifth Third Bank if you've already set up your rally point to be over by the library. The goal with this is simply being prepared. Sorry, camera was really close to my face. The goal with this is simply being prepared, being hydrated, and having a good time with your family. With News 6, we just want to make sure that you're prepared. That's it, because we're prepared too. So let's hop back in the car. It's a little warm. Notice I was staying in the shade. We'll take one more stroll around downtown and see where we go from there and call it a day. Then we got News 6 at 9. I'll be there, and then another live hit from here. Let's hop back in. So when you're out here, have that plan, guys. It is hot. We're expecting some rain, obviously, over, well, it's Orlando. So the rain can happen whenever, really. It's kind of crazy. But every year we've had it. So you've got to be prepared, please. And, yeah. Roads start to close tomorrow morning, right around the lake. So be prepared for that. You will have major road closures. Obviously no weapons, narcotics, or any drugs of any type here. No weapons of any type. There will be several checkpoints, plainclothes officers, fully uniformed officers, tactical law enforcement officers here. There is a lot of security measures in place that you will never see. So the goal is to have a good time. The goal is to come out here and enjoy the freedoms of 4th of July, guys. That's what it's about. Because if you're coming out here with any other intention, then I highly doubt they want you here. So that is something to keep in mind. Let's do one more stroll around the lake, and we'll call it an On Patrol live stream for the day. Really appreciate you guys hitting the road with me each and every day. Tomorrow will be a little different because I will be out here all day at the lake. So if you've got the chance, come on out. Results 1 will be here with me. I'll have some other friends from Gibson Truck World out here with me, flanking Results One. You know, it needs the bodyguards. And then, of course, Crystal Moyer will be with me throughout the day in the southeast corner of the lake, over by World of Beer. You'll see our tent. The entire News 6 crew will be making its rounds over at the tent. So make sure you come on by, say hi to us, and we'll be streaming live all day over at clickorlando.com, News 6 Plus, the News 6 app. All day's events. You can choose your view, click a whole bunch of different areas where we'll have cameras so you can see what's going on. And then if you can't make it out, we will 100% have the fireworks over at clickorlando.com live when they happen, and of course on broadcast. So you're going to want to make sure you tune into that. It's all about having a good time, but of course it does take some effort in order to make sure that that occurs. And if you're of the mentality that you're going to come out here today, Junior, if you're coming out here with the mentality of maybe not doing good things or trying to cause some problems, then you may want to stay home, because the majority of society wants to enjoy this afternoon. And this car is moving like turtle slow. I don't know what's happening here. You want the parking spot? Oh, this is what I get for being impatient. Look at the little ducklings. Get up there, little man. Go ahead. Oh, it's so cute. Come on, hop up, hop up, hop up. You got it. I hope you guys got to see that. 6 little ducklings just crossing. Sorry guys, that's my voice when I want to talk to the aminals. So, all right guys, that's enough for me. Appreciate y'all. Keep it safe. Of course, what was our quick rundown? Our rundown: have a plan, be prepared, stay hydrated, make sure you're hydrated before you come out. Photos of the family, group photos, so everyone knows what everyone's wearing currently in case someone gets lost. Drop a pin, share the location of where your vehicle is parked, declare a safety meetup zone. Doesn't matter where it's at, just make sure it works for you. Share that with people in your party, and of course someone who is not going, so someone who has nothing to do with the event that you're attending, just in case. Share those photos with them too. And when you get there, have a plan to where you're going to meet in case someone gets lost. And then that conscious pause. The conscious pause is everything. All right guys, appreciate you. Have a good one, and I will see you guys in a few minutes on News 6 at 9.